Economic affairs commentator Einar Tangen joining us now from Beijing. Einar, let's start with these speeches. Such huge contrast. We've got President Xi's speech. He's talking about multilateralism. You have the U.S. president, kind of angry words aimed at China. Give us your thoughts.
Well, as you said, there's a tremendous amount of contrast. Xi Jinping was speaking to the United Nations. He talked, about the role of this body and its importance going forward. Donald Trump was basically giving, a stump speech. This was all about his campaign, red meat for his base. It follows directly along with the O'Donnell Associates, strategy for getting him back in the White House, which is at all points attack China, don't defend your own record. But what's interesting is he seemed to really go over the top in claiming victory where there has been defeat. It's kind of this ongoing gaslight problem, that issue that he has, always saying that he's doing really well, A+, when the rest of the United States is literally dying.
And let's talk about China's embrace of the theme this year, the future we want, the UN we need. How are they embracing it?
Well, basically he had 4 points, and what they boiled down to is he really sees that the UN has to adjust. It has to be more about action. It's about justice, making sure that it's a world body, not a body dominated by one power or those seeking to impose their will on others. That's a veiled reference at the United States. But it's clear he believes that multilateralism is the only choice, and that at this point, China is willing to embrace that. He's just waiting for somebody, especially from the United States, who's willing to do the same.
And I've spoken to some UN ambassadors over the last couple of weeks, and they're all lamenting what this pandemic has done in terms of efforts to meet the UN Sustainable Development Goals. But China still is committed to eliminating extreme poverty this year. Talk to us about that effort, especially in the face of this pandemic.
Well, the effort it's not something that just happened in the last 6 months. China doesn't work the way the United States does, where there's a program that lasts for, somebody thinks it up at the beginning of their election cycle and then tries to implement it. This has been an ongoing long-term slog. And as you get towards the end of trying to eradicate poverty, you're really dealing with people who have, real issues. Either they live in villages which are not sustainable, or they have impediments, either age or physical or mental disabilities. So it's really difficult to do that. But what they've basically done is had about 3 people working individually on each case. And I don't mean full time, but there are 3 people making sure from the government that all aspects of what is necessary to bring these people into society in a way in which they can be sustainable, that they can live, get the necessities of life. And this is what it takes. You can't just have a blanket approach where you say, I give so much money or I do this. They really take everything on an individual basis, whether it's a village, a small city, or individuals with individual needs.
And Einar, before we let you go, I want to get your thoughts on this 75th anniversary, because this is a very unusual UN gathering. I've been in New York when they've had them in the past, and it's just flooded with cars, motorcades going everywhere, the city basically in gridlock. But what you're seeing are these addresses, but you're also hearing kind of concerns from the UN Secretary General talking about this divide between these 2 great powers. Do you think that's going to have any kind of influence at all in terms of affecting the United States?
Mike, no, not this president or this administration. The question is, and I think it was on everybody's mind, are we looking at a post-Trump world, and what does that mean? Obviously, all the allies and neighbors are looking forward to a change at the White House. They would like somebody like Biden, who is on a personal level and as a politician, able to get along with people, who believes that you do have to work together. I don't know that this is necessarily a big plus for China. He has his own ideas about American exceptionalism. There's still this kind of internal angst. There's a misunderstanding in the United States. Why is China doing so well if America has the best system? And that is going to continue to be a kind of an irritant as America has to wake up that there are different paths to success.
Einar Tangen from Beijing, thanks so much for your analysis.